Hello, I'm Buff Duck, and I am going to try to start making educational competitive Temtem content. I've been playing comp since EA launched. I was on the Arena ladder, I was on the Temporium ladder. I don't play in any tournaments, and I only have 70 some wins. I have 73 wins, and rank's been at like 3 months, so I don't really grind ladder that much, but I do have somewhat high TMR, and I made it here with an off-meta team. So this is my team I've been playing with since early March. So the way the channel is going to work, I'm going to try to mimic or copy a specific training style that helped me improve in a game I used to play a few years ago. I'll be recording pre-recorded gameplay of a match that maybe took place a few days ago, and then I'll be talking over it, giving insight on what I was thinking at the time, if that makes sense. Now, this style isn't going to be for everyone. Some people are going to watch the first 3 minutes of my first gameplay video and turn it off because it simply isn't entertaining enough for them. But hopefully it reaches most of the audience because I do believe it can help you improve. I want to help players get better at the game while also having fun. Now, don't let me or anyone else tell you what's fun. Everybody has their own fun. But if you don't like playing the meta, and the community tells you your favorite Tem is bad, I want to help people climb with teams they like and not teams that they're told to play. Now, I plan to make a video in the future where I'll go way more in depth about my team and team building in general, where I'll show every spread. But if I did that in this video, it would be an hour long, and I want to make this video as short as possible. So I guess what I'll do is I'll give one spread at the end that shows the identity of the team. So this team wasn't perfect at first. It took me a few weeks for things to really start to click, but now I feel confident with it against anyone. Of course the team has counters. If you look at it, we have 5 toxics, and there's wins all over the place these days. But every team should have counters, or else the team is too strong. But you can still give yourself a chance to win in those hard counter matchups via pick ban, and I'll try to show that in a few videos. I've been playing 6 out of these 8 Tems for 3 months now. Ukama was added about a month ago, and Nidrasil is a new addition who used to be a Mudrid and a Volcrane before that. The foundation of the team started with me putting 3 of my favorite Tems on the team. That was Gul'dir, Mashuk, and Platimus. And then we just kind of figured out the rest. So we ended up becoming a toxic comp. So we have to ban wins. Volarin is our first ban. He destroys our whole team. And we usually try to ban a second win as well. So if you're banning Volarin first, you have to fight Gaialis, right? That's just the way it works right now. So we built our team to fight Gaialis and Kinu. Poison or Toxic Tick makes protector buffs from Kinu less relevant because Poison doesn't care if you're +5/+5 defenses. It's still taking away 12.5% regardless, right? So the whole point of our team is to spread Poison. We have 2 Urushiol users, 2 Toxic Inks. There's Toxic Synergy all over the place. We have 3 Cagers. I think Cage is super strong right now, maybe the best move. I think it's definitely the most fun, at least for me. I think the community is really just starting to grasp how strong Cage is, especially at the beginning of games. And you'll see that in a lot of my videos, not just Cages from me and my team, but from my opponents as well. So the style the team likes to play is very aggressive. Now, typically when you think of an aggro comp, you'll think of spikers, fast, big damage. But you can still be an aggressive team without spikers. The whole point of our team is we want to have the option to apply a threatening damage or move every turn with both of our Tems on the field, if that makes sense. Now, it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes we fail to execute that, but that's what we try to go for at least. Our comp virtually has no setup in it. Our Ukama does not have turbo. Our Mashuk does have turbo. but that's only to help with freeze leads. And okay, so let's dive into the team real quick. So Mashuk is our main source of damage. He's our sweatband user. We try to open with mechs every single game. Ukama is here just to help us open mechs, because our mechs doesn't live a stone ball, so he's afraid of Volcrane. Platy helps spread poison. He has our coat. Mashuk spreads poison as well. We put Rock Shield on Mashuk because it makes him really good into spikers like Valash and Zeno, because he can also throw back melee damage, so it helps with aggressive comps being thrown at us at the start of games. Mastion is our main fire tem. He also has Cage. Gulder is here because he's simply the coolest tem, and there's no other reason. I used to think that the only way to make Gulder viable was you had to run energy drink on him, that was the way I did it forever. But just recently, when we added Nidrasil, we just decided that energy drink was better on Nidrasil, and we've been experimenting with Grease Gulder, which has had mixed results so far, but we're still testing it. So when you fight against Gaialis every game, you need some tanks. So our 4 Tems at the bottom here are all 3-hit KOs to Gaialis. They're all tank builds. So our Volern is pretty much fodder banned. He's banned in 9 out of 10 of our games, and he hardly gets any playtime. And I'm going to show this spread because Volern, I'm not going to be playing with Volern on ladder anymore. I'm going to replace him with Barchi. So here's the spread. So the problem with the standard aerobic build, or rather, it's not a problem. I ran it forever, like the HP speed one, but it doesn't fit the style of this team. You have to, with that build, you have to Windblade turn 1 to set up Hyper for turn 2. Or if you have Noxious Bomb in your move pool and you use it turn 1, you're not hitting for a lot of damage, and you're not setting up Hyper either for turn 2, right? With this build, we can Feather Gatling turn 1, hit hard, set up Hyper for turn 2, or if we have to use Noxious Bomb, at least we're hitting for good damage, right? Obviously, it's a glass cannon build. It's not meant to take hits, but the spread fits what we need from it, and it fits with the team, which is apply damage every single turn. If we get 3 hits off with it in a match, we're usually pretty satisfied. Sometimes even 2 moves is enough if it's on the right target. If we get 4 moves off, we probably just win the game. We have to be at this 139 speed to help with freeze leads, and the same build but anaerobic doesn't make sense because we're so fragile anyway that the special defense buffs don't mean anything. And you also need to remember that we ban our opponent's wins, so maybe that's why this build works for me. It might not work for you depending on what you need from your Volern. So this is my first time doing anything like this. Hopefully I can make it work. I don't have my mic even set up the way I want to yet. I probably spent 30 hours this week working on my mic, and it still doesn't sound how I want it to yet. If you have any questions, feedback, constructive criticism, help you can offer me, you can comment below or even message me on Discord. I'll leave my link below the video. I hope to have my second video and first gameplay video out today as well, so you guys can see how the channel is going to work, but no promises. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.